Alaikum brothers.
Walaikum salam rahmatullah.
Today, as the brother said, today's talk is about Maryam alayhi salam and the life of Maryam and a lesson, particular lesson that we can learn from Maryam alayhi salam. She had many attributes, many qualities that we could look at. So do all the other stories and people related in the Quran. But there's one particular lesson we want to take from that and relate it to our lives today, make it relevant for us. Before that, a bit about Maryam. Maryam alayhi salam is a woman unlike any other woman. She's known throughout the world, from east to west, from the American continent all the way to the Asian, Australasian continent. Everyone knows about her. Every continent, there's something there that people know. May they believe in her or not, they know about her. Before we start, I just wanted some of you brothers to throw some information about Maryam alayhi salam to me, see what you know already before we start. So I'm going to just point, and you're going to think it. Virgin. Mother of Isa alayhi salam. How about this brother?
Me?
Yeah.
She was visited by the angel.
Angel. Which angel?
Angel Gabriel.
Alhamdulillah. These are some of the information, mashallah, we obviously know about living in this society where, they look at her as the mother of Jesus Christ, na'udhu-billah, the mother of God, na'udhu-billah, but which is blasphemous, but nonetheless, we're living in this society, growing up, we learn about her anyway. We see that she's also mentioned in the Quran. The Quran starts off by mentioning her mother and her father. I'm going to read an ayah of the Quran that is about her mother and her father. This is how the Quran introduces Maryam alayhi salam. This is Surah Imran, verse 35. Remember when the wife of Imran said, "My Lord, I have vowed to you that which is in my belly as an offering, except it from me. Only you are the hearer, the knower." And when she was delivered, she said, "My Lord, I am delivered of a female. Allah knew best of what she was delivered. The male is not as the female, and I have named her Mary. And I crave your protection for her and for her offspring from shayateen, the outcast." Just from this two ayah, we could tell straight away that by the Quran just mentioning the father and the mother, the father by name and the mother's dua, we understand that these two people were very important. So the child, the one the dua was for, must be as important as well. As it says, the child's name was given Mary, and the mother asked for the dua that shayateen has no influence on her and her offspring, which is Isa alayhi salam. The two things is obviously we understand her parents are pious people, that's what they mentioned in the Quran. The other thing we understand is she was not touched by shayateen. What does that mean? That we have this concept in Islam where when the child is born, is touched by shayateen, that is the reason why it cries at the moment of birth. Isa alayhi salam and his mother, Maryam alayhi salam, never went through that. They were never touched at childbirth by shayateen, so they were protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is just a brief introduction to Maryam alayhi salam, but there's other information we could tell from straight away that she's no ordinary woman. She's also, like I said, mentioned in the Bible, mentioned through the Christian scriptures, but the amazing thing is she's mentioned more in the Quran than the whole of the entire New Testament. So she's in the Quran more often than the Testament, which is actually based on her son. She is also amongst, I think it was 8, I'm not too sure, I should have the number down. I think it was 8, amongst 8 people who have a surah named after them. She's amongst those 8. Others include Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Nuh alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam. So along the lines of that, along the lines of those people. But the Quran also refers to her in many other terms, many other names and attributes given to her, and many other titles. She's known as the pious, very pious. She's known to be always concentrating in remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, always stayed away from any sort of haram. She's also known to be very pure, very chaste, and she's also known as the chosen one. Well, not that she was chosen. Chosen meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose her above the rest of the women of that society to be given the mercy of Isa alayhi salam. And an ayah in the Quran illustrates this very well. This is again Surah Al-Imran, verse 42. And when the angel said, O Mary, Allah has chosen you and made you pure, and has preferred you above all the women of creation at that time. This is in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that He chose Maryam alayhi salam above all other women at that time. So that is the position that she is in the Quran. But there is also a hadith that I would like to relate to you. This is in Sahih Bukhari by Abu Musa al-Ashari. This also refers to her status in Islam, the status that the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam put her in as well. So the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, many men have reached the level of perfection. Many men have reached the level of perfection, but no woman reached such a level except for Maryam, the daughter of Imran, and the wife of Pharaoh. So these two people have, gone beyond. The women folk have gone to that level, and obviously the perfection in men comes from the prophets and the chosen people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So from these very short, ayah of the Quran and this hadith, we understand that Maryam is someone very highly regarded within Islam. He is not someone to be taken lightly. Moving on from that, the status, we also understand, we also want to look at the life of Maryam and how, what we could take out of that. We understand that, I think some of you saw the recitation, where it starts off, the ayah of Maryam starts off talking about Zakariya. Zakariya was a prophet. Zakariya alayhi salam was a prophet who also had a son. His name was Yahya, who was also a prophet. Yahya in the English, in the Christian Bible, he's known as John the Baptist. Some people might know him, but John the Baptist, he had his head severed by someone. He was also a prophet. It was around the time of Isa alayhi salam. He was there with Isa. Zakariya was his father. After Maryam alayhi salam's father passed away, she was given in the care of Zakariya. Zakariya looked after her and cared for her. There's also certain aspects in the Quran that talk about the relationship between Zakariya and Maryam alayhi salam. This was just a sort of guardian and just a child sort of relationship, a guardian and a child. How we look after kids today, we take more. There's some people relate to me. There's we look after someone. That was always after the father passed away. But there was certain miracles given to Maryam alayhi salam. And one of them, obviously, someone mentioned, was the Immaculate Conception. She was a virgin, and she was given the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have Isa alayhi salam without the touch of any man. Going on from that, we're going to play the recitation of the Quran of Surah 19, which is Surah Maryam itself, from verse 16 to verse 34, I think it is.
يومئذ انتبذت من أهلها مكانا شرقيا فاتخذت من دونهم حجابا فأرسلنا إليها روحنا فتمثل لها بشرا سويا قالت إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك إن كنت تقيا